Hello, air signs. Hello, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome into your weekly reading for February 20th through the 26th. We are moving and shaking. I can't believe February is almost over. This month literally has just flown by for me. Quicker than most Februaries, because typically they can seem to drag a little bit, but not this month. Whew, all right, so let's see. Oh, we've got one card coming out. Let's see where we go, air signs. Let's see where we go. Two of Swords is coming out in your recent past. We're going to take a look at that, your current energy, potential outcome, and what's going on just below the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Also, this is a general reading. Oh, that is intriguing. You have the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Interesting. This is a general reading. Back to that. Squirrel. Ooh, what is that? Energy. Ooh, what is that? It just came in with a very interesting feel. Very interesting. Which I'll explain to you later. But this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, back to that interesting feel. I can't stop hyper-focusing on it, which makes me think, which is telling in the energy itself. It's like you are hyper-focusing on, I get the sense, it feels like your heart, like what your heart wants, or healing your heart. But it comes in so conflicted. It's such, all right, we're just going to do this energy right now because I can't let it go. Because it's just like, no. You're so conflicted. And it doesn't even, so when I see the Ten of Cups, I'm like, that's a happiness card. That's emotional fulfillment. That is a happy home and hearth. And all is good in my world from a very emotional standpoint. But this does not come in it doesn't come in very happy. It just doesn't. I feel like because this is coming in so loud, this indecisiveness, this blindfold on, you're just kind of guarded, but you're hyper-focused on your heart. But it's almost like you're guarded at the same time. It's like you're guarding yourself from what your heart has to say. But yet you're hyper-focused on what your heart wants and healing your heart, but you don't want to hear it. Is exactly how that comes in. It's like you don't want to hear, ooh, yeah, there it is, judgment in your current energy because it flipped up too anymore. It's like you don't want to hear what your heart has to say because it's almost like it's too much. You're like, this is too much. I don't want to be that emotional. I don't want to feel that emotional. You may be a little resistant to handling or processing the emotions that come with you paying attention to your heart, or you healing your heart, or you opening your heart back up, kind of thing. There comes a lot of emotions with that. A lot of emotions, and you just may not be having it. So it's like you want it, but you don't want it. You're focused on your heart, but you're resistant to what it has to tell you. It's like, very interesting, very indecisive about this. You're very indecisive about what your emotions are telling you. I even get the sense that you don't even really want to dig too far into the emotional aspect of it because you just don't want to feel it. You don't really want to have anything to do with it. It's almost like, I'd rather stay at this 35,000 foot. I'd rather be up here. I'm happy up here. I can see things clearer. It gives me better perspective. It's like you talking to your heart. Like, don't make me come down here and be on earth. Don't make me be on earth and experience all there is to experience emotionally when it comes to your heart. Like, why do I have to experience that heart? Like, can we just stay up here and be like, love and life and we're all connected, kind of and I'm saying all this with love, like very high level spiritual talk, like we're all connected. It's all love. Let's all just love each other. But your heart is like, hey, it's like literally on earth waving up at you going, hey, hey, we feel a lot too. There's a lot to feel and to process here. And if you're looking at me, you got to come down to my level. You got to meet me where you're at. It's almost like your heart is telling you, you've got to meet me where I'm at and how I'm feeling. And we got to work through those things. We got to work through those things. Because there's a lot of messages in there. There's a lot to unpack that can help you along your path. Whew, can I let up now? Like, that's it. That's it. That is, I'm not sure I've ever had quite a reading where it was just like, no, we got to talk about this right now. But it's lightening up. So there we go. So that's in your recent past that is still affecting your current situation. So you're still kind of dealing with this resistance, kind of this, I want to open my heart and heal my heart, but I really don't necessarily want to hear all it has to say. I don't want to feel all it wants me to feel. Like, I'm just, really? Back to 35,000 feet. Bye. Yeah. And look, oh my God, it's a process. When you're talking about heart, which I get the sense is more of like opening your heart healing, opening up to the emotional aspect of your being, your emotional body, if you will, and what truly brings you happiness and emotional fulfillment. That's a process. That's a process. And I can see you're having a process with it because you got judgment here. And your current energy, yeah, it comes in like you're hitting a point where you're gonna, you're at a little bit of a crossroads. It feels, that's kind of that conflicting energy I'm feeling. It's like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I want to do it, but only if it feels like this. But if it doesn't feel like this, then I don't want to do it. I don't have any part of it. And I'm going to go back up to 35,000 feet kind of thing. It's like this. But eventually, we're going to see where this reading goes. But I have a very strong feeling that something's got to give here. Something will eventually give that's going to help you a little bit. But right now, you're kind of in this very conflicted crossroads energy. I'm saying this with a lot of love. Okay, let's see. Because, yeah. 2 of Cups, yeah. These came out right. I just picked them up backwards. These two go together. Okay. So the 2 of Cups, the Judgment, the 2 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. So this is, yeah, which makes sense with the 10 of Cups. This is, oh, the Emperor. Hello, sir. The Page of Pentacles. Ooh. Oh, let's keep going. Where else are we going? Where else are we going? Oh, man. Yeah. Ooh, you're learning. You're learning and you're healing. I tell you what, that's probably sums up your reading right now. Oh, that did come in reverse. So the 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay. How many more? What's going on underneath? The Chariot. Okay, movement. All right. Yeah, no movement yet, per se, but the Chariot is underneath, which I don't feel like you're feeling it. Because the Chariot, in order for the Chariot to start moving and to go forward quickly, generally at a very high rate of speed, in comparison to the Knight of Pentacles, you have to be in alignment and balance, and you have to know your path. You have to know your path and be committed to your path, be very in balance, very at peace with it, and then you can go forward quickly. This is definitely underneath energy because I don't feel like you're there yet, but this energy is trying to come up. You're getting there. You're getting there. You just have, there's more to learn here. So let's keep going with the Judgment. It's like I said, you're at this conflicted crossroads energy. A little bit, a little back and forth here. And when the Two of Cups shows up, that tells me it is about a relationship. This is something that's very close to you. More than likely, it is a romantic relationship. I'm going to lean heavily to romantic relationship, considering we've got the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups in your recent past that's still affecting this current situation. So this is a romantic relationship that is a little unbalanced, that I feel like this is the crossroads energy you're at. You're going back and forth, back and forth. Oh, and here's what I want to say about it. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords here. Oh, don't shoot the messenger here, but this is just how it comes in. You get to choose if this is your reading or not. If it resonates, yes. If it doesn't, leave it, right? With the Four of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, this comes in exactly like this is going to take longer than you think. Because there's a lot more healing work that needs to happen here. There's a lot of healing work here when it comes to this relationship. And when it comes to you, I get this strong sense when it comes to you and your healing, when it comes to them and their healing, which you can control nothing about that. And it comes to the overall how you relationship is going through some healing process. It's like you're off grid here. You're taking a time out, going off grid a little bit to do that healing work. And the Knight of Pentacles tells me this is not going to happen overnight. This is a process that's going to take consistency. It's going to take one foot in front of the other. Small, consistent steps that are going to help you progress on your path, kind of thing. Knight of Pentacles is also very reliable energy. So it's basically telling me that showing up for yourself, being reliable when it comes to you, and consistent when it comes to choices you're making for yourself, continuously doing that healing work. Your emotions and your heart have a lot to do with this healing work. They're very much connected. So it's like, all right, so come down back from 35,000 feet, go back down to earth for a little bit, gather some information, get very curious about it. When it gets too much, go back to 35,000 feet, come back down to earth, just based on your flow of how it's working for you and how you're able to process and handle the emotional aspect of what your heart is bringing up for you. This comes in very much so like baby steps too, like baby steps here. So the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving energy, but it's always consistent, trustworthy, and reliable. So small steps done consistently can really manifest into big results. And that's where you're at. Because there is a lot to unpack. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to heal when it comes to your romantic relationships here. And this conflicted crossroads energy. Okay. Now let's get to this outcome energy, because it's also very intriguing. You have the Emperor, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this tells me, honestly, you have a lot to learn about your power. This comes in like what you can control and what you can't control, honestly. So there's more to learn there. There's more to learn there. And I think when it's tied up to like a romantic relationship, it takes some time, and we're all learning this, to unpack truly what we have control of and what we don't have control of. When at the end of the day, we do not have control of that other person and what they choose to decide. Now, yes, we can. I'm not saying you're doing this, but just as a broad example, we can manipulate the situation. We can use emotional manipulation consciously or unconsciously. We can make things more difficult for them. We can throw our weight around, if you will, about what we're going to do if you don't change, or I'm going to make this hard on you if you don't do this, or if you don't give me this, and I'm not going to give you this. And it kind of comes into this little stalemate of a cycle, a vicious cycle. This also can be a little codependent in a sense, where you have something to learn about it just came in like giving your power away versus what is your own power. And it's coming in more or less like, what are you reliant on them for? Like, if it's a codependent relationship, like, what are you getting out of it? Because I feel like it's unbalanced, it's a little conflicted, and your emotions are telling you a lot here. and you're a little indecisive about your emotions. So what is it that this relationship is giving you? Because it's giving you something that you need, something that you want, something that's currently working for you. So what is that relationship? And you can look at that as a way of, okay, so if I'm relying on them for safety or security, I'm relying on them to feel good about myself. I'm relying on them to make me not feel so alone, or to make me feel loved, or it's an interesting energy. It kind of comes in like self-esteem a little bit. So however that shows up for you, because it's almost like your self-esteem maybe, or your self-worth is attached to this relationship and this person. So something like that. And look at that codependency, because it is coming in loud like codependency here. Look at that relationship and what are you getting out of it? And then you can learn, get curious about it. So what am I getting out of it? Is it working for me? Is it really working for me? How can I step into my own power and give that to myself? Can I give that to myself? Is this healthy for me? Does this feel good? Is it something I want from the other person? Is it a boundary? Or is it me? Or is it part of my healing work? Is it part of my, and I say this term not meaning as harshly as it sounds, but is it part of my emotional baggage from my past, from my childhood? Am I projecting that onto them? So it's one of those things where get very curious and consider opening up a little bit on what you're getting out of the relationship, what you want out of the relationship, and if some of the power that you're giving away, is it because of maybe some childhood issues, some trauma that we all have, most of us have, some past relationship stuff. Like, is it linked to that? And is it really you reflecting that onto them? Or you're looking for them to fill the void of a childhood wound or a past relationship that caused you a lot of pain? Are you looking for them to fill that void when in actuality only you can fill that void? So that's what I mean when you've got maybe a bit to learn about your power, because you're giving someone else the power to fill the void within you. If that makes sense, because it's very complicated. This isn't just so on the nose. It isn't just so on the nose here. It's not like own your power. No, it's way deeper than that, and it's layered. I get the sense that this energy is very layered here, which most of it is when you're dealing with a romantic relationship. So just get curious about your power and all the layers we just talked about it. Now the Nine of Cups in reverse is intriguing to me, because it's almost like, and I would understand how you feel. Like, you might view this as a worst case scenario kind of thing. Like, ooh, this is a worst case scenario. Why did it have to happen this way? Maybe you might be a little self-critical in the sense of, why did you or you as a couple let it get this far without addressing it or without working on it? Why didn't you see it earlier? Because you feel like this is the worst case scenario. And I completely understand why you're feeling this way, because I'm feeling that energy. But the Nine of Cups is the wish granted kind of card. It's something that's coming in that's very good for you, but since it's reversed, it's like you're not seeing it. So maybe, and I know you're probably going to roll your eyes at the screen and shout curse words at it. Please do. I've been that person too. I get you. This might be you may feel like it's the worst case scenario, but this actually might be the best case scenario. And I know, go ahead, curse away, scream and yell. You're like, this hurts like fucking hell. Bullshit, this is the best case scenario. But it's one of those things, it is bringing up a lot to the surface. A lot of emotion to the surface that's always been there. And it just might be time to look at it and work through it. And now is the right time. 3 years ago wasn't the right time. 10 years ago wasn't the right time. 2 years ago wasn't the right time. A month ago wasn't the right time. But now's the right time. And it's just kind of having that compassionate energy and space with yourself to realize, okay, I'm willing to show myself some compassion here. I'm willing to say that now is the right time because I'm doing it right now. And I'm learning a lot right now for my own growth, for my own benefit. So consider stepping out a little bit of that self-critical judgment energy and move into a little bit more self-compassion energy, and to know there's bigger things at play here than even you know. The universe knows all, and there's just bigger things at play here. And the universe's timing is impeccable, as much as it hurts sometimes. So this is, I know how it feels, but this might not be, this is happening for a reason. I'll say that. It comes in very clear, like this is happening for a reason. Yeah, so you've got the Fool, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yes. So I know you're not feeling it. You're not feeling this Nine of Cups. This is a wish granted for me because it hurts, because it's bringing up a lot of stuff for you, a lot of emotional stuff. But it is paving the way for you to have a fresh new start, a fresh new you, a fresh new outlook on life, a fresh new outlook on relationships, a fresh new outlook on what you want to go for, a fresh new compassionate, integrated, authentic you. This situation is paving the way for that. And I get the sense this is going to be something that you've asked for and you've wanted. With the Three of Wands here, with the Fool energy, it tells me you've already asked for it. So you're going through the process of getting clear about what you want, healing things that are coming up that needs to be healed in order for you to pave a pathway forward for yourself, because this is something you have been wanting. This is, you're ready. You're ready to move. You're ready to grow. You're ready to face some of this stuff. The timing is perfect. It's a new beginning for you. This is a new beginning for you. The Fool energy and the Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, is something you've wanted. So it kind of tells me you've been wanting a change, or you've been wanting movement and growth for maybe a long time. It's just coming up in a different way. Like you may not have realized that you had to go through this relationship and the emotional healing that's happening here within this relationship to get to this new path, this new beginning, this new you. But the universe knew. The universe knew. Your spirit team knew. Your intuition knew. And it's just, you're learning. And you're on this new path of learning. So, oh baby, this one got a little deep here. This one got a little deep. I do want to clarify the Chariot, because I know you're not feeling it, but this is movement. This is absolute movement here. This is confidence. This is moving forward in a very balanced, real kind of way. So clarify the Chariot for me. Ooh. Two of Wands, yeah, there's the asking. Three of Wands, there's the receiving. Three of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, you got the Knight of Pentacles twice. You've got the Chariot, which is very quick moving energy, but you also have it clarified by the Knight, which is slow moving energy. So it's exactly what I said here. It's small, consistent actions amount to big results, amount to the Chariot type of growth and expansion forward. So that's what the Knight of Pentacles is telling me here. Same type of energy. It's like, yes, you may not realize it, but consistent action, consistent steps matter here. They matter, and you might think it's too small or it's not going to amount to anything, but if done consistently, it will amount to the type of progress that you want, which is the Chariot. It's almost like you've got to go slow first to get all your ducks in a row, which this is what this Two of Wands is. You've got to get your ducks in a row. You've really got to decide what you want. You have to pick a path. Kind of like the Judgment. It's like you're going to have to pick a way forward eventually, whenever you're ready. No rush here. But you're at that dicey crossroads. So you're eventually going to have to make some decisions here whenever you're ready. That's why that Two of Wands is showing up. So you can't move forward on a path without you really choosing one first. So this is what this is. So again, slow and steady wins the race. Three of Cups comes in exactly like celebrate your wins. And when I say wins, I mean the smallest of wins. Wins that you may not think deserve celebration, they do. They matter. So for instance, like this, maybe you wake up in the morning and you just had this inspiration that you would love to walk in nature or go for a nature walk or go to a park. And on most days, you have a list of things you've got to do that day, a list of priorities like most of us have to do. And on most days, you may acknowledge that, yeah, I hear that intuition, but I've got all this other stuff to do, and I don't think I'm going to have time for that today. If I have time after I get through all this other stuff, I'll do it. But if not, I'm just not going to do it. Okay, that's a decision. You're choosing what you prioritize. Whereas when you're going through this process, a small win would be like, hey, I got that. That would really matter and make a difference to me. I'm going to listen to my intuition, meaning I'm going to prioritize that. I'm going to choose to do that. So I'm going to look at my other list of priorities and I'm going to make some adjustments because I'm making those choices. That is a win. That is a small win that you probably would deem a small win, but that win matters and you made a decision that is more in alignment with your intuition and what's good for you. That's a win. That's a win. And that's the kind of stuff that's coming through. Those are the type of small things that can really add up to your chariot, to choosing a path and moving forward very confidently. So, air signs. That was quite a big reading. Fire signs had their reading, I think about 2 weeks ago. It was a big reading. Like it felt like a monthly reading. And this one feels quite big for you too. So this is your reading for February. This is your bigger reading. So we're going to tap. We're going to help you kind of handle this or deal with this a little bit. If you're new to tapping, check out the link below in the description box. But what are we tapping on today? This. Everything I touch is a success. Baby. Here we go. I now establish a new awareness of success. I know I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. I move into the winning circle. Golden opportunities are everywhere for me. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. I like that. Nothing like a little prosperity and a success to help you deal with the loveliness of romantic relationships. Nothing like it, right? At least it can take certain worries or concerns off the table sometimes. So, hey, I'm here for it. Even your relationships, even though it might feel a little turbulent right now, it doesn't mean it's a failure. It actually means it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I know. Throw something at the screen at me. I know. Humbly say that to you. But it's successful because it's getting you to look and to heal some things that maybe you would not have healed before. I know. I love you, but I know. I've been here. Oh, God. Especially with family dynamics. Oh, look, I get you. But maybe just consider it. Just consider that point of view. Or not. It's okay either way. Okay, so let's tap. Let's tap on this success. So let's go. Repeat after me, side of the hand. Even though it may not feel this way. I mean, it really doesn't feel this way sometimes. But that's okay. Because I'm learning that everything I touch is a success. Even though it hurts sometimes. Even though it's frustrating sometimes. And that's okay too. I'm honoring where I'm at. And I am learning to view things a little differently. And that everything I touch is a success. So even though I'm going through some big healing work here, and I'm learning the power of consistent action, I'm learning the power of baby steps, even though I'm resisting that sometimes. That's okay too. Because it's giving me the opportunity to see everything I touch is a success. And I now establish a new awareness of success. I know I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. I am willing to move into the winning circle. Golden opportunities are everywhere for me. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. And I am ready to open up to it. I am ready to receive it. As I now establish a new awareness of success. And I'm willing to embrace the fact that I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. And I am choosing to move into the winning circle. No matter how much I criticize myself, no matter how much I judge myself, no matter how much this hurts, I know that prosperity is everywhere for me. And that everything I do and choose and touch is a success. Even when I don't think it is. Even when I wish it was different, that's okay. I am where I am, and it's okay. And I'm willing to see myself clearly, just as I am, because I'm now establishing a new awareness of success. All is well. All is well. I'm learning and I'm growing, and I'm okay. It's okay. I'm right where I need to be. All is well. Okay, air signs. Let's take a deep breath in here. Let it go. Woo, let it all go. Woo. What a reading, my friends. I am wishing you all the best as you navigate this relationship, your relationship, and learning more about your own power. So cheers to you. There's some good stuff just below the surface. It's coming at you. It's coming. All right, my friends. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.